Starting a GoHighLevel SaaS business is not what you think. But I still think it's one of the best ways to make money online while building real skills that will transfer into everything that you do. Look, last year, I literally sold everything. I moved out of my apartment, I sold everything. I have a suitcase and I have a backpack and I started traveling the world. I'm in Medellin, Colombia right now, and I have been living out of Airbnbs now for over a year, and it has been absolutely amazing. I did this because of one business. It is this business. It is my GoHighLevel SaaS agency that has allowed me to travel and live the life of my dreams and hit all of my goals. And you can do the same if you set it up properly from the beginning and you have the right mindset going into this business. Now, look, I didn't have any other companies. I didn't have any other revenue streams. This was my main and only thing that I was focusing on. And this was the main thing that I was growing. And honestly, I could have started traveling way sooner than I did, but I wanted to make sure I was locked in. I wanted to make sure I was financially free before actually getting rid of everything. I remember sitting at a cubicle at my old job that had hundreds and hundreds of employees, and I had a picture of a beach right next to me as I was working, and I was actually writing code. And so I was looking at this and I always just envisioned, you know what, I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna travel the freaking world one day. And I always would look at this photo. Every day I would come in. I was only there for about a year, a little bit less than a year, but this was always my goal. I always wanted to travel full time, and I always wanted to be a digital nomad and live that lifestyle. And trust me when I say I've tried a bunch of different business models. I've looked into a bunch of different stuff, everything from e-commerce. I've had websites, SEO. I've done all sorts of different freelancing, but this right here is what has actually allowed me to build the lifestyle that I actually wanted. The thing is, there's so much that's unsaid about this business model that I had to figure out on my own. And I'm gonna try to summarize all of that stuff and give it to you in this video, which might take me a couple of minutes here to explain. So by all means, if you have a cat video or you wanna scroll through TikTok and get that dopamine rush, then by all means, go do that. All right, so let's dive in. It has been my experience that if you want to grow and you want to grow very quickly and you want to get to a high revenue point, maybe it's 10K a month, maybe it's 20K a month, whatever your goal is, I think the first thing you need to do is actually figure out why you are doing this in the first place. Okay, why are you growing the business? Why are you getting clients? Because this will get hard. It will get hard and it will get annoying. You're going to have to do outreach. And if you don't have a good enough reason as to why you're doing any of this, it's going to be way easier to give up. When you get home from work or when you get home from school or when you get home from whatever activity it is that you do all day, you're going to be demotivated. You're going to be tired. And for you to sit there and work on this in your after hours, it's going to be a bit of a grind in the beginning, but it is still so worth it. But you need to have that in your mind. Second thing is you want to focus on what you want your business to look like. Are you building this business to get to 50K a month or 100K a month? Do you want to build some huge agency where you're servicing hundreds and thousands of clients? Or do you just want a freedom business that allows you to travel, be a digital nomad? Maybe you want to make 5K a month, 10K a month, 15K a month. By the way, even if you make 5K a month, you can still travel to pretty much, well, almost any country and still live an amazing life just off that. If you have your number and if you have your goal and why you're even building this in your mind, it'll give you a good game plan of something that you're working towards, and you'll have a revenue goal as well that you want to hit. It has been my experience that if you want to get to whatever revenue goal that you have ASAP, you need to develop, you need to learn some kind of high ticket skill that you can also offer on the backbone of GoHighLevel. So you want to have your high level SaaS, right, as your baseline income that's always going up. So it's always going up slowly and steadily. But you want to have a high ticket skill as well that you can offer and not only service your clients better, but actually make more money. So here's an example. If you have 4 clients and you're charging them $300 per month, that's great, right? That's still a good amount of clients. That's a good revenue point that you're at. You're making $1,200 per month. And by the way, even that income Think about real estate. Think about what people actually put into the market to generate those returns. Someone might buy a house for 150K, 200K, 250K. And look, I'm not a real estate expert, but you can buy a house, and if you're getting that return of $1,000 a month, that's a good ROI, right? That's what people want. And so for you to be generating that income online, right, completely remote, is amazing. That's still a huge win. But if you take that and if you simply offer a high ticket skill, let's say you learn Facebook ads, maybe you learn Google ads, and you can do all this stuff on Udemy for $20, $40. There's nothing stopping you from learning high ticket skills. Take this, offer it to your clients, offer it to them. They will love you. Maybe not everyone will sign up, but just to keep this example simple, let's say all of them sign up for a $1,000 a month package, which is cheap. We charge minimum $1,500 per month, right? Let's say you want to be cheap, you charge $1,000 a month. That's $4,000 per month. So instead of you making $1,200, you're now making $4K per month, and you can give them the GoHighLevel stuff on the back end, like for free. So you can say 1,000 includes everything, and that is, trust me, that is cheap. There's tons of other agencies. Even here, I go to networking events, I go to masterminds. Everyone here is charging way more than that. 1,500, 2K, 2,500 is the standard. So when you can offer services like this, you could instantly 4x your income. So instead of just offering SaaS and constantly chasing new clients, learn more skills and offer something that's high ticket. Now, you don't want to go too far extreme and just do SMMA either, because a lot of these SMMA guys, what they do is they just do Facebook ads or just Google, whatever. And if they lose clients, let's say they sign 3-4 clients and they're making $8K a month, but in 3 months, if all their clients leave, they're back at zero. They literally have no income anymore, right? Because they're not onboarding their clients. They're not offering GoHighLevel SaaS. So you want to be in between. That's why I like to preach software with services. You have the software, you have additional services. So if your client wants services for 3 months and then they go back down to software, that's still great. As you get clients for this business, your baseline income always goes up. And it's always improving, it's always growing. And if you are selling SaaS services, look, minimum $200 to $300 per month. If it's just like a simple website, maybe you can do $150 a month. But if you're doing anything SaaS, I recommend doing at least $300 a month. If you can't charge $300 a month, it means you're just not providing enough value. So the problem is not the SaaS, the problem is your sales skills. And that's what you need to level up. Which leads me to my next point. Everyone out here that is pitching GoHighLevel SaaS or these automations, they talk about everything all at once and they bombard the potential client with way too much information, way too much info, and they just confuse the heck out of this person that they're speaking to. Look, these are local business owners. They don't know as much as you. They might not even be tech savvy. You can't go in and say reviews and we're going to do a DR and you're going to have to send me a list. They're going to be so confused that they're never going to move forward with you. They're going to think that you are adding to their plate instead of automating things and taking things away from their plate, right? Any one of these services, I promise you, you can charge $200 to $300 per month for if you properly show the value. Lead follow-up, Google reviews, DR campaign, appointment booking, even reporting. Any one of these services every single business owner needs. If you show them the value and don't vomit information, they're going to love you. And sometimes clients don't even know what they need, which is why you have to find the pain point in their business. Meaning when you're speaking to them on Zoom and you do a proper demo call, which is what I recommend, you can diagnose their problems in their business and give them a solution. You can build them a solution. Now, when you work with one niche and one industry, you can really systematize everything because now you know what the problem is in that niche. And once you solve it one time, you can copy and paste it over and over and over and over again for many different business owners. So you want to get them in with what sounds attractive, and then you can show them all the other features. So I don't even show people, for example, the content poster, right? The social media planner on GoHighLevel until they're already a client, until we're already delivering services for them. And then I show them all the other stuff. Look, by the way, we're gonna automate your reviews. So every time you close a client, you can check off closed and it'll automatically send them to this review funnel, which will save bad reviews and have them never be published. Also, we're gonna add this live chat, we're gonna add these automations, we can automate appointment booking, and then they love you. When you sell them on one thing, but then you over deliver as soon as they're onboarded and you show them everything and you integrate everything and you just make sure that they're using it, right? That's the biggest key point. after you onboard clients and they are using all the different features in the first 30 days, in the first week, 2 weeks, and if you're always just following up with them, just making sure that they love you, then they are going to stick with you. That is the biggest sticking point. How much they use it in the first 2 weeks determines on whether they're a client with you for 1 month or 1 year or 10 years.
Also, real quick, if you want our client getting scripts, our client getting strategies, our outreach, DMs, literally everything A to Z, then you can go ahead and check out the free course in the description. If you want all of our snapshots imported into your account, I'm providing all of that. It's completely free. If you don't have a high-level account, then you can sign up for a free 30-day trial down below, and I will give you access to everything, sales call recordings, additional services that you can actually offer, how to sell those services and how to charge high ticket. Everything is in there. So let's dive back into the video.
Look, I've had clients where I onboarded them and talked to them a lot in the first month, and then I talked to them once a month, and now I haven't talked to them in over 6 months. And when I look at their account, they're using HighLevel every single day. So now I can sit back, and even if I don't want to run ads, right? So we do run ads, but even if I paused all of our ads and we got no clients, I would still be making a very, very good income just off of clients that are using these automations and I don't talk to them, right? They are using it, they're seeing it every single day, and it can really be a passive business once you set it up this way. You really can't expect business owners to understand all this stuff, right? Think of your local roofer that's down the road. He's probably spending most of his day standing on a roof. If you try to send him a payment link and expect him to onboard himself and figure out all the features, he's never going to do that. Not only will he most likely never sign up because he feels like this is way over his head, he won't even see the value in it. But if you set it up for him, if you show him the kind of website that he needs, then he needs a phone number at the top and then a contact form here, and this is high converting, and if you show him that all he needs to do is download the mobile app and click one button and it's going to send a review request and it's going to help his business like crazy, then he's going to stay with you. And he's not going to want to leave because you showed him something that he feels like he never would have even gotten there if it wasn't for you. And he's going to feel like you completely changed his business because you're introducing all this new stuff and you're just going to be that tech guy for him. That's how he's going to view you. Wow, that's my internet guy. He takes care of everything. And that's the position that you want to be in. It was Epictetus that said we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This might be slightly paraphrased, but this is so true in everything that we are offering. We want to sit down, listen to the client, and get them set up properly so they can see the value in what you're doing for them. And look, if you're new and you are just getting started, let's say you don't have any skills, you don't have prior sales experience, you've never built a website, you don't know ads, honestly, start learning a lot of stuff on the weekends. But what you want to do is just start offering free trials. Now, I have a video on how to offer free trials profitably. You don't want to be taken advantage of, but you start offering free trials and start collecting testimonials ASAP. So even if you do a DR campaign or a Google reviews campaign, or you just build someone a website, I have another video on how you can get clients by building them websites up front. I call it the foot in the door strategy. So by doing all these things, you can absolutely deliver services up front. If you don't have any prior experience, you can do things that others are not willing to do, right? I'm not going to go out and do a free DR campaign and Google review campaign, but you might, right? You might approach a client and you might even have a better offer than me because I'm not willing to do that. But when you go in and you genuinely spend all this time helping them on the phone, talking to clients, then they're going to trust you before they even pay you anything. And then after you deliver that service, whether you book them appointments or you get them a ton of reviews, get on a Zoom call with them and ask them for a Google review. Take those and spread those on your website. Most clients won't actually watch them, but they'll scroll through and they'll see how many reviews you have. Even if you have a quick win, if maybe you got a client 10 Google reviews, just jump on Zoom and ask them, so how is the system working for you? And let them tell you, let them rave about, yeah, this is so cool. We got 10 Google reviews in a week from previous customers. That's amazing. And you're probably thinking that's a pretty low amount. Sure, that is, but for a local business owner, that he might have doubled his reviews and he's been in business for 20 years. To him, that's a huge win. Or you can even incentivize business owners and say, look, I'm going to give you the first month free as long as you give me a testimonial, as long as you film me a quick testimonial like this on your cell phone, just hold it, talking to a selfie camera, and then you can use that as leverage for when you get more clients. And some people have this perception that GoHighLevel is saturated or getting clients is saturated, and this is completely wrong. Look, most potential clients that I do a Zoom call with have never seen GoHighLevel. In fact, if you walk down the street, right, walk to the local restaurant, walk to the local whatever chiropractor and ask them about their lead follow-up system. Ask them, look at their reviews, look at their website, look at what they're doing in their business and see if you can automate some of it. A lot of these business owners are not doing any of this. They have never seen GoHighLevel. GoHighLevel is still a blue ocean, and there's a lot of business here that's up for grabs. You just have to get creative with how you're getting clients and also build a personal connection with the client, and they're not going to want to leave. We need to remember that we are solving problems here for business owners, and there's no shortage of problems. That's all that we're doing. A lot of people are trying to fit all the automations and vomit them on everyone, but that's not the right way to do it. Find a problem, solve it for the business owner, and they will pay you. Now look, I have over 150 members in my private community now, and so I have my ear to the ground. I know what's happening. I know the struggles and the problems that beginners are facing, and we have some of the best strategies for sure inside of this community. But what I really find is the main issue is the mindset. A lot of people, they've never faced rejection, and they've never had to self-motivate themselves and really keep pushing and find that inner drive and motivation to keep on going. It's kind of tough for some people because they just can't stick to one thing. If they don't see immediate success, they just move on. They're like, oh, well, it doesn't work, or they make up some crazy excuse. It's too saturated. It doesn't work. It this or that, the strategy. But the issue is not the strategy. The issue is that they just can't stick with it for long enough. They have bad habits. They're eating junk food. They're waking up super late in the day. Maybe they're waking up hungover. Maybe they're still drinking every single weekend. The issue is internal. Look, if I did all those things, I wouldn't have any motivation either. So maybe sometimes, depending on how bad you want this, what you need to do is cut out all the negative stuff and just focus in. Just go monk mode for a little bit and just grow this business. Make this your main priority and give it your attention. The big thing with all of this is that you have to get good one time, right? You have to get good at outreach one time. You have to get good at sales one time. We are developing a skill. And when I say one time, I mean that once you get those skills, you can use them for any business that you'd like. And this is a great starter business because there's no crazy upfront costs, right? Think about some of the business owners that we work with. Think about the roofer. Think about the restaurant. How much did they have to invest to grow their company, to even get their company off the ground before they have any customers? They have to sign a lease. They have to get trucks. They have to get equipment. They have to do all this stuff and invest potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars before they've ever had their first client. Now that is risk. What we are doing here is you are literally starting a 30-day free trial, so you don't have to pay anything. And I've seen people get clients in that first 30 days, but even if you don't, even if it takes you 2 months, 3 months, and then you get your first client, and typically after that first client and after you make that first dollar online, it comes much easier after that. When it rains, it pours. And for you, maybe it's only $100 a month for the basic high-level plan. Maybe it's $300 a month for you as an expense. It's really nothing compared to what actual business owners that are running companies actually have to face. I think sometimes all we need is just a little bit of perspective, is a little bit of realization at how blessed we are at being in this online game. Do you think the roofer that is having trouble closing clients or getting new leads, do you think he has the luxury of just giving up after he's signed a lease for a truck or he's signed up a bunch of employees and now he has to give them work? No, he doesn't have that luxury. He's forced to go out and figure this stuff out. And for you, even though you don't have that, you have to feel that sense of urgency in your brain, in your mind, when you're going out and when you're hunting for clients. So look, if you want to see me closing clients live, you can check out this video right here, as well as I have a ton of other client getting strategies on this channel. So go ahead and check that out.